Hi everyone, my name is Vivek and today we are going to talk about a new Wi-Fi module which is ESP8266. So whatever you are seeing on my diagram, okay, I have the same chip available with me and today I'm going to talk about that. So if you can see over here, so this is a chip. This is called ESP8266 and there are multiple variants of this chip, and today we are going to talk about so if you can read over the figure, it is ESP826601, right? So that is what it is, and there are multiple variants like 02, 03 and so on and so forth. And again we have some advanced chip over here on the Wi-Fi chip, ESP8266, which is called Node MCU chip and so on and so forth. So without going into much detail about the other variants, so let's talk about this chip. Okay, so if you can see this chip, okay, and this chip, if you I'll face this chip towards me, okay, and if you can see here, or let me just show this chip to you. Okay, so this is the chip over here, okay, and if you see, there are 8 pins available here. Okay, so in two rows the 8 pins are available. Okay, and while facing the chip towards me, okay, or this part of the chip towards me, right, uh, this first row and the second row, right? So we'll talk about the first row first. Okay, and the first row, if you see over here on the leftmost, it is a ground pin. Okay, the second pin is input output pin, the third one is also input output, right, and the last one is the RX pin, okay, or the receiver pin. Then we have a transmitter pin which is called as a TX. Okay, then we have one more pin which acts as a input output pin, which is over here. Then we have a reset pin, and then we have a voltage pin. This ESP pin, or the ESP8266 module, this works on a 3.3 volt. Okay, so we have to be very careful while we are connecting this chip to my Arduino, and I'll show you how I have connected it in couple of minutes. And there are certain commands and all which will work through it. Okay, so let me just go a little lower. Okay, so if you can see this, there are 8 pins which we have talked about. Now if you can read it, it starts somewhere here, right? So on the leftmost, or this row, right, or the top row starts with ground, right, and then after the ground we have 2 input output pins, right, and then we have an RX pin, right. Then on the second row, okay, which is basically over here, which you can see, this row we have a TX, then we have one chip enable pin, then we have a reset pin, and then we have a voltage pin, right. So you have to be very thorough with this 8 pins to understand which is for what purpose. Okay, so make sure you see this video multiple times to have it ingrained in your mind. Okay, right, so this pin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this pin directly to the Arduino. Though there are multiple ways to connect through this pin, this ESP Wi-Fi module to Arduino through a multiple layers. Okay, right now I have connected just this ESP module with the Arduino. Okay, so now I'll show you one by one. Okay, I have also used my breadboard, okay, because this pin is not breadboard friendly. Okay, so that is the reason we have used that. So there are two pins which goes to a 3.3 volt. Okay, and that pin is, one is VCC. Okay, and the another pin which is a 3 volts pin, which you can see over here. So let me just show you this. Okay, so if you can see over here, okay, so let me just go. Okay, so whatever pins are on the breadboard, okay, so one is green, one is red, and one is brown, right? Okay, so the green pin comes from my Arduino board. Okay, so let me just take a little this thing. Okay, so if you see here, okay, so this is my Arduino. The green pin, if you can see that this is my green pin, right? Right over here, that is from a 3.3 volt. Okay. Now this breadboard, all of these are using a 3.3 volt, so it is more like a short circuit. So the red one, which is, and the brown one, okay, so brown one is definitely goes to the VCC of my the Wi-Fi chip, okay, or this one, okay, over here. So now let me show you my brown one, which is goes to my VCC. So it basically is over here, which is on the second row, okay, and the so on the second row. So if you can see this is my VCC, and that is what is basically the brown one, okay. So this brown one is the VCC. Let me just see nearby, okay. So this is my brown one, okay. So I just try to help you with this. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so this is my brown one, okay, and that is my VCC. Okay, so the VCC of this chip is goes to the VCC, and one more is this basically a orange color, okay, which is nothing but a pin, which is this pin, chip pin. Okay, so this is again which is 0 is disable, chip enable and chip disable. Right now I have made my chip enable, okay, so I have just connected it to the 1 volt so that my chip is right now enable. Okay, so if I make it a disable, I will not be able to do any operation on that. Okay, so I just made sure that my this goes to my this thing. Okay, so these are the only pins which and the one is the ground pin. Okay, so the ground pin is connected to the ground. Okay, so that is my the yellow pin, or the yellow one, which is not connected on the breadboard, but it is directly connected from my VCC, sorry, my ESP to my Arduino. Okay, so let me just okay, zoom in. Okay, so this is the yellow one, which you can see. The yellow one, ground to ground, is connected, right? So this is slightly complex. I'm not able to show you the entire thing, okay, but overall the circuit would look something like this, okay, which is on this page. Okay, so let me just open you this page. Okay, so it would look something like this, right? Okay, let me just zoom in a little less. Okay, so right, so it would looks exactly like this. So what it is, okay, so if you can see the black one, okay, this is my ground. Okay, this ground goes to the ground over here. Okay, the yellow one is a RX, which goes into the RX. The green one is a TX that goes into my TX, right? This is my VCC, right, the first one, and this one is my chip enable, right, and this is from the Arduino. So this is what I have connected exactly into my circuit right now. Okay, so I have used 5 pins, I have left 3 pins as it is. So one is reset pin and the other 2 pins which are like IO pin, right? Now I have made a simple program. Okay, so this simple program is, okay, so too many things over here. Okay, so because of the movement and all, there are too many things happening. Okay, something is wrong. One second guys. Okay, something, okay, so let's see that. Okay, so let me just go back to my serial monitor. Okay, let me just close it. Something went wrong on, I don't know, serial monitor. Okay, so right now this is my serial monitor. The very first command I'm gonna send is 80, and it should return me okay. If everything is okay, it should return me an okay, right? So I'm just trying to wait for the okay. Something went wrong. Let me see, all of them are properly connected or not, or something has been missed. Okay, so if there is some misses here and there, this all the circuit will not work, right? So I'm trying to make sure that, okay, so error please call exceeds. Okay, no problem. Let me just do one more time. Let me I hope it should work. It's throwing some error. Okay, Let me just do this. Like some time because I have done too many things. Okay, so let me just close this and let me do one more time. Okay, so let me try to upload this sketch once again. Hopefully nothing I have done wrong. Okay. So once the uploading is done, it is still trying to do the upload, and then we will try to execute couple of commands over here. Let me see if there is something wrong. Uploading. Hopefully it gets uploaded. Tools, serial monitor. Should not throw any error, but let's see. So I'm not getting a signal over here in this, so I'm not sure what has happened. Okay, the chip has an error occurred, so something is wrong. So there is some, okay, there is something wrong. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let me just try to connect. So ground is not connected properly, it seems. Okay, so let me just change the ground. Okay, okay, I have changed the ground again. Something is wrong. Okay, so now it is fine. So error while uploading. Let me again try to upload the sketch. This time hopefully it gets uploaded successfully. Uploading, yeah, done uploading, very good. Okay, so now I'm going to do my serial monitor. Okay, now if you see this, the very first command I'm going to do is AT, and once I write AT, it should give me an OK, right? And then I'll write my AT plus GMR. So there are other commands also, and it should give me the firmware version. So this is the version of my firmware. If you can see there, this is what it gets returned. Okay, the another command which I'm going to show you is so first command we have seen AT, it works fine. Okay, then AT plus reset I'll also do one more time, okay, for you to just see. Okay, AT plus RST, and it will reset whatever code right now it is available. Okay, in the chip right now. Okay, so this is one thing, and then the other command. Okay, the important part is ready on the last line, so that it should show that it is now ready. So that's what, and then the GMR AT plus GMR should give me the version, and let's see if it is giving me that version. So AT plus GMR version is this, and that's what it is getting me. Okay, too many outputs over here. Okay, 7 triple E 54 and so on and so forth, right? And then we can execute more of a command, and we will see what exactly this means. Okay, list surrounding Wi-Fi networks. Okay, first if you are on this firmware, you need to work around an apparent. Okay, so there's something which we need to change around the Wi-Fi network which is available. Okay, but overall these are the list of. Okay, so that's it for as part of this session. We will continue with other session where we'll talk about more how to integrate and do smaller activities with this Wi-Fi chip. Thank you for joining the session.